They envied your glow. They watched you shine. And that's when they decided to dim the lights. They smiled to your face, but behind your back, they whispered doubts into the dark. They questioned your worth, your strength, your future. They looked at your fire and thought, that shouldn't belong to you. And so they tried to put it out, not because you were weak, but because you were becoming powerful. They never attacked you when you were small. They waited until you started glowing, and that tells you everything. They thought pressure would crush you. They thought silence would starve you. They thought betrayal would break you into pieces so small you'd never find yourself again. They miscalculated, because they didn't understand one thing about you. You were never fragile. You were becoming. They expected you to beg, to shrink, to apologize for your light. They expected you to dim your voice so theirs could sound louder. They expected you to doubt yourself, to question your worth, to carry their projections like chains around your neck. They expected you to fold under the weight of comparison, gossip, rejection, and loneliness. But what they didn't see, what they never see, is what happens to someone who has nothing left to lose. They didn't see the nights you sat alone, staring at the ceiling, asking yourself questions no one else could answer. They didn't see the mornings you woke up tired, hurt, but still breathing. They didn't see you rebuilding yourself quietly while the world assumed you were falling apart. They thought survival meant staying the same, but survival for you meant evolution. At first, it hurt. Let's not pretend it didn't. Their words cut deep. Their actions left bruises you couldn't explain. The way they turned away when you needed them most. The way they celebrated your silence like it was proof of their victory. You felt the fire inside you flicker. But here's the truth they never anticipated. Fire doesn't disappear. It waits. In the darkness, you learned to listen to your intuition, to your pain, to the quiet voice inside that said, this isn't the end. You learned how to stand alone without collapsing. You learned how to sit with discomfort without running from it. And slowly, something shifted. The same pressure they used to try to crush you started forging you into something sharper. The same loneliness they hoped would weaken you became your sanctuary. The same silence they used against you became the place where you found your power. You didn't just survive the storm, you became the storm. They wanted you confused, but clarity found you. They wanted you dependent, but independence grew in your bones. They wanted you desperate for approval, but you discovered self-respect. Every tear you cried watered the roots of your resilience. Every setback trained your patience. Every betrayal refined your discernment. You stopped explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you, and that's when they started to notice. Not because you announced your growth, not because you demanded recognition, but because your energy changed. You walked differently, you spoke differently, you moved differently, and nothing terrifies insecure people more than someone who no longer needs their validation. They began to feel it, that shift in the air. The same people who once dismissed you now watched you from a distance. The same voices that doubted you started lowering their tone. The same eyes that once looked down on you now followed your every move. Did they think you didn't notice? They felt uneasy because you were no longer reacting. You were no longer explaining. You were no longer proving. You had found something far more dangerous than anger. You found peace. And peace, when earned through fire, is unstoppable. They asked themselves questions they were too afraid to say out loud. How did you get stronger without them? How did you rise without revenge? How did you glow without permission? They expected scars. They found scars turned into armor. They expected bitterness. They found wisdom. They expected a broken version of you crawling back. Instead, they saw someone who had mastered their emotions, sharpened their focus, and reclaimed their identity. And envy crept in quietly, not loud, not obvious, but heavy, because envy doesn't scream, it stares. It watches you become everything they were too afraid to be. It watches you choose growth over comfort, discipline over distraction, purpose over popularity. It watches you win without cheating, rise without stepping on others, and glow without burning anyone else. That glow, that earned, unshakable glow, that's what they envied. Not your success, not your confidence, but your freedom. By now, you've stopped trying to explain your journey to people who weren't willing to walk with you through the dark. You've stopped carrying guilt for choosing yourself. You've stopped shrinking to make others feel comfortable. You learned that not everyone deserves access to your energy. You learned that protecting your peace is not selfish, it's sacred. And most importantly, you learned that your glow was never something they could give or take. You moved through the world with quiet authority now, not loud, not arrogant, just grounded, centered, certain. You didn't need applause. You didn't need approval. You didn't need to announce your growth. Your presence spoke for you. Your discipline spoke for you. Your calm spoke for you. Your results spoke for you. And that terrified them more than your anger ever could. They replayed the past in their minds, the moments they underestimated you, the times they doubted you, the opportunities they had to support you and didn't. Regret whispered to them in the quiet moments. But you were already moving forward. You weren't bitter. You weren't resentful. You were busy becoming. You turned pain into precision. You turned wounds into wisdom. You turned rejection into redirection. You learned to sit with discomfort long enough for it to teach you something. You learned that healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means understanding without bleeding. You didn't erase your past. You integrated it. And that's when your glow became undeniable. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't forced. It was the glow of someone who had faced themselves and won. The glow of someone who no longer needed to prove their worth because they knew it. The glow of someone who walked through fire and came out with clarity instead of ashes. That kind of glow can't be faked, and it can't be stolen. They see you now, not because you ask to be seen, but because your light reaches places their shadows can't hide. They feel smaller in your presence, not because you diminished them, but because you expanded yourself. And expansion makes insecurity uncomfortable. You didn't defeat them, you outgrew them. You understand now that not everyone who claps for you is happy for you. And not everyone who leaves your life is a loss. Some departures are protection disguised as pain. You've stopped asking, why did they treat me that way? And started asking, what did this teach me about myself? That's power. That's mastery. That's growth. Your glow is calm now, steady, unapologetic. You don't chase. You don't beg. You don't compete. You attract, because you finally aligned with who you were always meant to be. And here's the truth they'll never admit. They didn't envy your glow because it was bright. They envied it because you earned it. You earned it in the dark. You earned it in silence. You earned it when no one was watching. And now you wear it effortlessly. So let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them feel whatever they feel. You're not responsible for their insecurities. You're responsible for protecting your light. You didn't lose yourself in the fire. You found yourself there. And now, as you walk forward, calm, grounded, powerful, remember this: your glow is not an accident. Your strength is not a coincidence. Your peace is not negotiable. They may envy your glow, but only you know what it cost, and only you get to decide where it shines next. Is this conversation helpful so far?